Hello and welcome back to the channel. Dave Warner, GTR Heritage Centre, and today we're unveiling one of our favourite builds. R34GTR finishing midnight purple. If you look around, this isn't our usual setting. We're actually at Lucas Nissan in Gateshead, who's one of our trading partners. This fabulous company supplies us with all of our commercial vehicles as well. So a bit of a partnership going on. This is just a way of saying thank you very much, and they've allowed us to use the showroom. I've got a car here, belongs to a very special customer called Andy. Andy's been an avid follower of the channel for many years. He managed to pick himself up a pretty special car a few years ago. Wanted to make something even more special, so picked up the telephone, rang us, had a chat and sent his 34 Nissan GTR down to us. I'll walk around the car and I'll tell you why it's so special. We've done a nut and bolt rebuild on it. It's been back to bare metal, the floor's been repainted, everything's been dipped, coated, brand new 2.8 billet engine, Getrag, 6-speed gearbox, probably going to push out a conservative 700 brake horsepower. So I'm going to show you what makes it so special. Follow me and we'll have a walk around the car. What a beautiful looking car this is. One of 282 ever produced in midnight purple. We resprayed this entire shell in our workshops using original Nissan paint. Not a cheap job by any chance. The material alone, just for the colour, was nearly £5,000. We finished it off with our PPG ceramic hardcore lacquer. That was about another £3,000. Before anything else moves on, you've then got to include the labour which goes into preparing the body. Luckily for us, this body was super straight. It's a very, very low mileage car. When Andy purchased it, it had covered a mere 20,000 kilometres. It's got a great backstory to go with it. Andy had only owned it for a short time, opened up his front door and his car had gone missing. Yeah, the worst thing in the world that can happen to any Skyline GTR owner is the car goes walkabout. Andy's really out there. He's getting loads of car clubs. He put a message out on social media. Social media lit the sky up with everybody trying to find this car. This car was eventually tracked down to Kent. The police went and recovered it, and the car thieves had just dumped the vehicle. They changed the registration number. They drilled out the chassis code on it, and they were trying to hoist it off into Europe. But fortunately for Andy, it got returned. Andy left it in his garage for quite a while, deliberated on, what do I do with it? I love it, it's my car, I feel part of it now. He'd already been following us for many years, picked up the phone, and this is what we ended up with. Midnight purple, what a stunning colour. There's one of these recently sold in an auction for an eye-watering $315,000. Wow, you know what, Andy got himself a great investment. Everybody knows the 34 market's going crazy now. There's limited edition models like this, like the vspec 350,000, the vspec 2s, and then obviously we've got the Z-Tune as well. The Z-Tune's heading up towards £700,000 for a Z-Tune. So if you own a 34 and you want to kind of get this level of build, please consider us. Give us a telephone call. Everybody knows where the details are. We'll drop them onto the bottom of the screen. So back to Andy, and Andy just said, David, it's up to you. Build it how you want to build a car. Just make it special for me. So the first thing we did was the paint, which you can see is absolutely flawless. Moving on, we then went and set around building a bespoke interior for him. For the interior, there's only one company I've used for the last 30 years, and it's a company called Kish Trim. They're based in Sunderland. Angus is a good friend of mine. I've known him since I was a young boy and I had locks of hair, and so did he. So you'll see the quality as we go through the car and you look at the interior as well. So what a beautiful place this is to be, because Andy said he likes to drive the car a lot and he wants to be comfortable. The seats that Andy supplied with us weren't the genuine Nissan R34 GTR seats. He supplied us with some bucket seats, which we've managed to work with and create something exceptional. You can see we'll do plenty of sweep shots and you'll see the door cards where we've used carbonized leather. Just to let you know a little bit about this leather, I use this on a car that I built in 2003, which was my own personal car called the R34GTR, which gained worldwide accolade as being the absolute pinnacle of what there was available at the day. We've replicated the finish. We've used carbon with a pin stitched trim which matches the colour of the vehicle on the outside. Loads of detail. The inside here that you're looking at is just good old genuine Nissan R34. We produced a custom steering wheel for Andy as well, and again it reflects the colour scheme throughout the vehicle. Same again with the gear knob and the seating as well. So in a minute I'll step back out and you can just have a look at the details that we put into the seats. So that's the interior, and I hope you appreciate it. It looks beautiful. It's a Skyline, it's a GTR. This is the $1 million question, the bit that we're going to talk about now. And the bit we're going to talk about now is the beast underneath the bonnet. So we've got a HKS 2.8 billet stroker running on a big single. It's eye candy. Let's have a look. Engine specification reads like a dream catalogue parts list. We've got HKS 2.8 billet stroker engine, we've got Tomei cams, Borg Warner turbos, 1200cc injectors, uprated fuel pumps, free flow downpipes, free flow exhaust system, just to mention a few. As you go through, you'll see that we've also removed the original CAS sensor. Now what the CAS sensor is, it's a 25-year-old old piece of electronically which really feeds all the information to the ECU on the car. So we bin those off with the big builds and we put ROS performance systems into it, and you can see exactly what we've used there. So let's start at the front of the engine, work our way back. Uprated HKS intercooler. It's their drag R version. It's about that thick and it's absolutely super efficient, cools the temperature down, pushes it into the engine, does an amazing job. Moving back then, a Koyo radiator again. This engine runs pretty damn hot, so we've upgraded the radiator to compensate for that. Moving back yet again, we've got a ROS ignition system built into this one, where we binned off the old Nissan system to go with it. Stepping into the heart of the engine, HKS 2.8 billet stroker, Tomei cam sitting on the top there. We've gone for a larger profile cam with this particular build because we've increased the CC. Moving back, we've got an uprated triple clutch which is sitting in there as well, and then an uprated LSD in the back of the car. Absolutely built to be a road beast, but give you impeccable road manners. It's great to build big power, but it's all about how you put it down and how you use it. Andy's a family man. He's just had a new addition to the family. He's got his little boy there now, who I'm sure is going to grow up a petrol head and will one day inherit this. So when everybody else is rolling around in electric cars, Andy's young son's going to be smoking around in this absolutely amazing 34 GTR. And the keen-eyed people amongst you and the followers will realise that this is not a stock R34 front bumper. Again, as part of Andy's dream, you really wanted to make something which was subtle but improved. So we decided to reach out to our trading partners in Japan, Nismo and Mori, and order this bumper up especially for Andy. So the bumper was ordered and it was manufactured in Japan and then shipped over to us. Very much the same story with the wheels. Andy had a real passion for the wheels that are fitted to it. They're not available off the shelf. Again, these were a factory order where we specified exactly what they were going to be built to, and then we had them shipped into the UK through some of our trading partners. So there we have it. What a beautiful, well-built car. To me, this car's up there with the best of them. It's as clean underneath as what it is up top. We've been here for a few hours doing some filming. We've been inundated with customers coming in to get the car serviced, and everybody swamped around it. But you know, that's my thoughts. They could be a little bit subjective. What do you think? Is this one of the best 34 GTRs out there in the world right now? 20,000 kilometers from you, just gone through a full rebuild with a heritage program paint package, engine, suspension, you name it, it's had the works. So if you think it's good, bad, indifferent, just drop some messages, let's have a talk about it on our YouTube channel. Drop below, let me know what you think. Is there a better 34 GTR out there? Do you own it? Let us know, send some pictures. So this is it, $1 million question. What's it like to drive? Well, here we are, just leaving the dealership. Just want to say thanks very much to everybody for showing us a great time. We're going to drive this back to the workshops now. We're just going to give you a little bit of feedback about the car. You're going to hear the titanium exhaust, kind of really giving it a bit of a howl. We're only running on very light boost at the moment because we're still running the engine in for Andy. We won't be doing a full power run until Andy's done about 1,000 to 1,200 miles. Then Andy will be bringing the car back for us, and we'll be putting it onto our dyno, which has been installed very early next year, and then we'll be cracking the beast open and really starting to push the envelope with the power. So at the moment we're just kind of running on baby power. Nice, good firm kind of seating position. The suspension's a touch on the firm side, which is really what you'd hope from a sports car, but really good road manners. I'm sitting here now in a bit of a traffic jam, and it's idling away quite nice and lumpy, which a lot of people like to hear. But yeah, dead easy clutch, a nice clutch system on it, good easy brakes. It's that mix of an all-round car that we always strive to build for our customers. It's pointless building something which just goes in a straight line and doesn't stop, and likewise you want something which will go around corners as well. And if you remember, and he's got a little boy now, so there'll probably be a child seat going in the back and hopefully a set of air defenders. But once again, thanks very much everybody for joining in. Thank you very much to Luggers for letting us use the workshops. Thank you very much to Angus Kish for supplying the seats, and thank you very much as well just for joining us and watching the videos. If there's anything you'd like to watch in the future, just drop us a comment. We've got access to some great cars, we've already shown some great cars, and we really want to grow the channel so people can kind of really get a good insight as to what the Heritage Centre is all about. So thank you very much. Sitting back in traffic again, so there's not a lot to report in, and catch up with you soon. Take care and bye bye.